in his life of 30 years or so, Jesus never traveled far from where he was born. The Gospels say he lived most of his life in Nazareth, a small town in Galilee. His short ministry of a few years was mostly in the Jewish areas of Galilee and Judea. His life ended, of course, in Jerusalem and Judea, where he rose from the dead. So Jesus never traveled beyond Palestine to other parts of the Roman world. And yet the Gospels indicate that even in that small, mostly Jewish world, Jesus showed his mission was to the whole world. Mark's Gospel, which we're reading today, does that in a very simple way by telling us that Jesus left the district of Tyre and went by way of Sidon to the Sea of Galilee into the district of the Decapolis. Now, the Decapolis, east of the Sea of Galilee, was not a Jewish district. Gentiles, non-Jews, lived there. Jews generally avoided the place if they could. The deaf man Jesus cured there was most likely not a Jew. So we're not wrong to see in this story a sign that Jesus came to bring life not to just the Jews, but to all people. He came to bring life to all. Now notice too the request for this miracle. Where did it come from? It doesn't come from the deaf man who can't speak. People of the Decapolis, most likely non-Jews, you'd guess, they bring him to Jesus and beg him to lay his hands on him. Now, I don't think we're wrong to see them, the people of the Decapolis, speaking for the people of the world, looking for the life that Jesus brings. They go off praising God for the one who makes the deaf hear and the mute speak. So, like many other stories of the gospel, we're meant to see in this story from Mark Jesus' mission to the world, a world yearning to see and to hear him. Now, you wonder what the gospel story says about the disciples of Jesus. They're the ones who accompany him on this journey. What did they think about it all? I'm sure they wouldn't be happy with it all. They would be happy to have him stay where he belonged, among his own people, on the other side of the Sea of Galilee, caring for them and healing them, rather than going to these foreigners. From what we know of them, Peter and Andrew, James and John, the others, they were firmly rooted in their own place and committed to their own interests. So that journey must have shown them that they had to go beyond their own world if they were going to follow Jesus. And maybe that's the lesson this gospel has for us. Following Jesus means going beyond the world you know, going beyond the confines of the life you're used to, going beyond the prejudices we have, the smallness we sometimes make life to be. We shouldn't think of Jesus as small. Following him means seeing and hearing and having a life beyond what we could imagine.